Yo, what's up guys? So today we're trying out like this new style of video. Let me know if you guys like it. It's kind of like a vlog but showing you the trades that I'm in. The markets are looking insanely good this week. It's already Monday and we're in this trade right now. We're on Euro USD, sells 34 lots. And this is a super clean trade. I just entered it in a couple of hours ago and look at this candle that we got. Massive candle to the downside. So we're already up 12,000 and it's only been a couple of hours. So I'm very excited to be holding this trade. I have no reason to exit because if the market's going exactly where you want it to and it's literally following the trend perfectly, then why would we exit? There's a super clean bearish market trend where it's like we're lower highs, lower lows, and it's super clean. I'm going to show you guys back at home with the computer setup. But that's a trade we're in. I tried recording earlier, but like I said, this trade just melted straight down before I had a chance to record when I was entering the trade. In just a couple of hours of being in this trade, we're already up currently 12K, 12.8K. So this is very good. And last week, I had a trade where I lost 6.8 or $6.9 thousand on GBP USD. I was selling it. Basically the same as this. This is Euro USD. That was GBP USD. I was trying to sell it, but I think I was a little bit too early. But now I'm in on Euro USD, and I think I got a really good entry to hold this trade. I'm expecting to hold this at least until tonight during London session. So I'll probably update you guys later tonight, showing you the progress of this trade. Yo, what's up guys? So it's the next day. Honestly, I wasn't able to update the trade because it just stayed the same place throughout the night. Nothing interesting happened. And this morning we just hit take profit. So it took about 24 hours to play out. The trade did exactly what we talked about. So if you remember yesterday morning, I showed you the trade when I had first taken it a couple of hours after, went straight to profit. And I think that 1 4-hour candle that drove us into profit basically set up the trade for success. I knew we were going to just most likely hit take profit in the next day or two. So here you go, 24-hour trade, amazing trade. And honestly, this is my single biggest win in any one single trade. So very nice. We're gonna go into this and we're gonna break it down so you guys can understand exactly why I took this trade. All right, so first of all, the result of the trade. This is how much we ended up making, 18K. Bro, this is by far the biggest trade I've ever had, like in one single trade. I've had an accumulation of trades bigger than this, but this is just one trade that I was able to risk a pretty decent amount on, about 7.5 to 8,000 on this. That's not even that much, because it's a swing trade on taking on the 4-hour time frame. But because it's a higher risk to reward ratio, we're able to get returns like this without even risking like less than 10K. We only risk like 7.5 to 8 depending on commissions and stuff. So this is on the 4-hour time frame. Guys, I want you to look at this. What do you see right here? This is a low, and then we have a high. This high obviously is lower than the previous one, which we can't even see on the chart. Then we have a lower low, another lower high, lower low. We came up, we retested an area of resistance. You could actually move this zone a little bit higher. Yeah, I can move this to right here. We come up, we retest this support that turns into resistance. We continue to go down. What happens? We come down, we make a new low. Then we come back up, we retest a resistance level, which has been tapped a couple of times here. It can be hard to see on the 4-hour time frame, but let's see, if we go down to the 2-hour, it looks a little bit cleaner, and you see it's previously been held as resistance. So going back now to the 4-hour time frame, you see that we tapped into this resistance, retesting it. Therefore, we're expecting that price is going to reject. So once we start seeing rejections, that's when I entered this trade yesterday morning. That's when I updated you guys, like in the morning when I took the trade, a couple of hours after I had taken it. And yeah, now we just hit take profit. I ended up just placing a take profit on this trade at 1.08043, just because I thought that was a good area to get out. Of course, I do still believe that this trade has potential, but I thought it was a good idea to just exit there and call it a trade, since this is still my largest profit in any one single trade. So very happy about this trade. I decided to place my take profit, although I usually close manually. I made a take profit because, you know, there's no point in risking it, right? Last week I had a trade on GBP USD where I actually ended up losing like $7,000. And I showed it all in my story, all in my Telegram group, because the thing that happened is that essentially price, I was correct on the direction, but I was too early. I think I entered sales somewhere around here. Price came up, tapped me out, and now obviously this week we did go down. So I was correct about the direction. So I ended up profiting off of it on Euro USD instead of GBP USD, because of course those two pairs are extremely correlated. So it's basically the same thing. So I'll see you guys on the actual charts themselves so I can do a little bit more of a detailed analysis, because this is just on my phone right now. All right, yo, what's up guys? So now we're on the charts. So now I can truly show you how this trade worked out so well. So let me just make sure it's recording. All right, we're good. So this was on Euro USD, sell, about 34 lots. I was on a sell position here. So honestly, I was only risking about 7.5K on this trade, which isn't that much considering I've only been taking about like one trade a week recently. One trade, sometimes two trades. And this week, for example, like it's only Tuesday, so there's definitely a chance that I'll take one more trade this week, possibly with even lower risk. But that's really not that much. I was only risking about 7K, maybe with commissions and everything like that, almost 8K on this trade. And as you guys saw, we ended up making 18.6 thousand. So how is that possible? Well, because the risk to reward was positive. I calculated my position size using the position size calculator. I just inputted a random account size, so don't really pay attention to that. I usually put just like 9999 because I'm not too focused on the risk percentage. For me personally, I like thinking about it in, okay, how much money do I want to put behind this trade? Depending on how confident I am on a trade, if I'm very, very confident, I'll put, 7.5K like I did on this one. If I'm not so confident, maybe I'll take it with only 3K. Or if I've had a really good week and I'm not really trying to risk any of my profits. But let's get into why this trade worked out so well. It's very, very simple. Let's not try to overcomplicate this. What it was is that we had a bearish market structure. Now, how do we know that this was a bearish market structure? Because if you notice, what pattern was the price doing? It was just going down, making lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. And this continued all the way down here. So I'm just watching and I'm realizing that price is doing this. It's like a staircase going down lower and lower and lower. I even like to use the example of like a staircase relating to market structure. Market structure is essentially just a staircase. So you're going down. Each step is lower than the previous one. What this means is in order for it to start to go bullish, there needs to be a pause, and we'll be able to easily spot that because we'll have some type of consolidation in the market. Because if you're going down a staircase, you need to stop for a second and then start going up the staircase and turn around. You can't just immediately start to go up the staircase, because if you're going down, then you're not facing the stairs. You're facing away from the stairs. You'll trip over and fall. So you need to give it some time for you to stop, turn around, and then go up. So the market works the same way. And that's what we were able to see here. In this case, I'm just trading with the trend. I'm just taking sells because we came up here, we retested a resistance level, and we rejected it and went down. So your job as a trader is just to spot these trends, ideally on the higher time frames, and take advantage of these trends. Clear market structure pointing bearish. That's why I've included these support and resistance levels, which you can see most of the time they do get used as both support, and then after they break, it's beautiful how this works. After they break the support, it comes back up and retests it most of the time. So that's where you look for your entries. And that's exactly what we did here. So right here I've circled an area. We're gonna go down into the 2-hour time frame to show you in a little bit more detail. So here in the 2-hour time frame, you see that this area had already been tested before. Let me actually just circle it. This area right here had been tested before. So price came down and formed a new low. This is by far the lowest low that we've had in a while for price. So at this point, it's very, very confirmed that we are in a bearish trend, because if you just look at what price has been doing ever since this consolidation area right here, you'll see that price has been consistently going down. making lower lows and lower highs. So once I saw price come up to this resistance and reject it, it's pretty easy. I see that it's starting to reject it, and then I grab my entry position. I got a really good entry position. I did not have any drawdown on this trade. That usually doesn't happen, right? Not all trades are going to be so perfect. But in this case, we got our entry and price went immediately down. As you guys saw, we were in profit within the first couple of hours of the trade. And then it took a little bit, and now we went down and we hit my take profit. I got out at 1.0804. So I just want to show you real quick right here. I want to show you that, remember what I was saying about the staircase and market structure? This is the point where if you're going up the staircase, you're going to stop, take your time, turn around, and then start going down. And it's crazy because I didn't even notice this before making this video, but that's actually exactly what happened here. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. What do we see here? So look at this support. Then look at this one down here. And even this one. And if you also look at the highs, you'll see there's a high here, one here, one here, and one here. So that's higher lows and higher highs. This is a bullish market structure. Very nice, very clean, textbook market structure to the upside. But then what happens? Then the market stops forming higher lows and higher highs. The second you see this is the second that you start realizing something's changing in the market structure and it's not bullish anymore. It's not bearish yet, but it's not bullish. Once you see that, you have to stop and wait for the market to give you its direction. That's exactly what it does here once it starts going down. So it starts going down, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and this continues for a while. And this is our job as traders. We're just trying to spot where the market's going and just ride the wave. We're just trying to ride the wave of the market. When you fight the market, that's when you lose. And that's exactly what I did here. And this led to me taking quite literally my biggest single trade win ever in my trading career. So there you guys have it. That's what led to me taking this trade right here. It's very, very simple, guys. Do not overcomplicate it. You're spotting market structure and you're just entering where you should be entering. Because even if you're correct about the trend, but you enter at a low on sells, then you're going to lose that trade because price is going to pull back, because price has to pull back in order to give the proper entries. And it has to pull back to be aligned with the proper market structure. So market structure indicates that there's going to be always, in a bullish market, higher lows and higher highs, which means there's always going to be pullbacks. And in a bearish market structure, there's also going to be pullbacks to the upside. And if you understand that, you have to make sure you're not entering at the lows. Wait for price to pull back. And I know it can be hard sometimes because you tend to think that the market might be reversing, but it's not reversing. As long as the signs are there and there's no indication that the market structure is actually changing as it did here, then you're good to actually take buys. Let's say, for example, and this is the beauty of entering at the right spot. Let's say you entered down here and you're targeting up here because you're expecting that the bullish market structure is going to continue. And that would be totally valid for you to believe that. Let's say this is the case. Since you entered at the low on a bullish market structure, the correct place to enter, you have flexibility here and you have a lot of time to spot that the structure is starting to shift. It's starting to shift not into a bearish one, but just into a consolidation phase. The second you spot that, you simply just exit your position. Right here, you could have just exited your position anywhere here, probably in profit actually. And that's it. You're good, you wait it out, and then you see eventually the market does reverse and start going bearish. So you made the right decision. But if you would have entered up here, you're screwed regardless. You're screwed even if the market structure continues to go bullish, and you're screwed if this happens where the market starts consolidating because you get stopped out. So the entry positions are actually very, very important. I might make a separate video on just entry positions, but you need to enter at the low if you're on a bullish market structure, and you need to enter at a high, at a specific resistance level if you're in a bearish market structure. And that's exactly what I did here with this trade. So I hope this video helped. Leave a comment for what else you want to see, and I'll see you guys in the next video.